Hey, hello. It is the Go Birds podcast presented by the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app. Ellie Joe Parks, James Seltzer with you.
What up?
Hey, how you doing?
What
man?
up? What
We've
up?
been sitting across from each other a little while.
I
miss
know.
you. You doing good?
It does make you miss the daily. I mean,
It
we do the
does.
daily pods, obviously, but not the daily playoff.
It was magic.
It was magic.
It was magic.
It was
And you know what
absolutely
else it was? It was a Super Bowl championship that we
was.
covered. And
Yes.
39 straight days. And
It's crazy. It's already been, is it almost 3 months now?
no, it's 2.5
months,
or
okay,
so,
yeah.
a little over 2. It's like 2 in a week, but whatever. It's still surreal somewhat to think about that run and how it all played out, and we're champs.
So
it still feels weird in the best possible way.
Last week, I went to something at the Link. They had the FIFA Club World Cup is coming, so it was like a soccer thing. No big deal to me.
I like you called it the FIFA Club World. Is that
That's what it is? Yeah.
Okay, so not the World Cup. That's coming next year, because the World Cup is coming as well.
Correct.
So I thought you were talking about the World Cup. I'm like, yeah, buddy, I know the World Cup.
Right. No, it's the club. So it's like teams, like Man
Real
City.
Madrid
Yes,
versus
exactly.
Barcelona versus Man.
AJ Brown was there, which was pretty cool.
That is cool. He's
But
a soccer guy.
I don't think. What's funny is I don't think he
I think
is.
he's just a sportsman.
He's a sportsman.
Yeah.
He was coming from working out.
Yeah.
Which, very on
Of
brand
course
for
he
him.
was. Yes.
But so anyway, they had both the Super Bowl trophies there. It is cool to see him next week.
Yeah.
AJ did.
Well, that's why the Brandon Graham parade thing
Yes.
is so cool, because that was the first. He put him right up there, and it's like, where's my other trophy? And it was like the first time we had kind of seen them both together like that, and it was like, whoa, that is really awesome.
So AJ did this thing where
how crazy. We won 2 Super Bowls in 7 years. We spent our whole
So actually,
lives
someone
saying,
said that
well,
on-
we'll never win one. And
Yeah.
we got 2. We got two freaking Lombardis. And
someone said that on the air yesterday, and it hadn't really. I'm sure I'd heard it phrased that way, but it is pretty crazy. That's like, one every 3 years.
Yeah,
basically,
more or less.
And I'll think, close
one every
enough,
3.5.
right? Yeah, 3.5.
I like that you could have said 3.5.
One every
and you
3
decided
seasons.
to round down.
Yeah, it's a round down. It's a round down situation. But anyway, AJ was standing next to the 2 trophies, and they were getting ready to take a picture, and he made sure to stand next to the one he won.
I love
and
that.
I feel like
That's
it was
cool.
a small thing, but like a very
He's like, this one's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
I
But
love that.
now they got to find guys to help him win it again.
How about that?
Look, that little transition. Also, quick side thought before we get I know we talk about this a lot to start the pod, but I do need to hear the science behind why it's so windy now. It's insane.
Well,
like, there has
Citizens
to be
Bank Park last
I know
night
that's what I heard you guys talking about on the show coming in, and like even just walking, like there has to be.
Well, you do have to worry about your house getting blown down.
Well, exactly. It's exactly right. I mean,
I've
honestly,
had so many people say to me, like,
really?
what the hell was Elliot talking about?
I mean, again, not to bring it back up, but like every other man-made item, we accept that there's going to be some faults. Some 1 out of every 1,000 is probably not great.
The hole is already.
But for some reason with houses, we just completely accept there'll never be a mistake. Like everyone that does it perfect every time, and the wind doesn't blow it over. Like, and these inspection people that come as if they're not maybe they're having a bad day and they miss something. Like I'm just surprised.
Would you be scared if the big bad wolf came and said, I'm going to blow your house down?
I mean, I know that's fiction.
Oh, no, my house
it is fiction, but I'm surprised with that being a kid's story. More people aren't afraid of it when you consider you grow up.
It has been very windy, but
But there has to be a reason.
I don't
know. I feel like it hasn't been this
I
windy 10 years ago. Am I more sensitive to it
I
now?
think there's probably years where it was windier, times where it was windier than others, and it probably has gone through stretches where it's just. I mean, I think we would hear, windiest month in the history of the city. They love this.
Unless Big Wind's trying to. Big Wind is like, whoa, they're on to us.
You're right.
They're talking about the houses.
Hey, we gotta rein this in. Yeah. Where is the rain talk?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Also saw a full rainbow yesterday. I'd never seen. It's true. I'm surprised you didn't. Well, you were probably sleeping, but
just so.
It's true. A full rainbow.
By the way,
beginning to end.
Guess what I did yesterday? Saw a full rainbow.
Yeah, no big deal to me. It'd be a good Zoe.
I was so.
I tweeted it.
So
did you see it? Look at that. How crazy is that?
That is. You're right. That is a pretty good
Tucker,
rainbow.
look at that.
Oh, that is amazing.
Right?
Amazing.
It's like a 4-block rainbow.
That's a pretty good.
It looks like a box of Lucky Charms.
It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. It really is.
Why you said, I'm like, can you believe it? I saw a
It
rainbow.
was like beginning to end.
That is a really good rainbow. Yeah. Hold it to the camera for anyone who's checking. Yeah, no, we're not live anymore.
Just go to my Twitter account.
It's a cool rainbow.
It's a legit full rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe it's a good omen. I was kind of hoping it would stretch to Citizens Bank.
Oh, that would have been
But what also is crazy, and I know we're just not talking.
Well, you think there
football.
would have been a pot of gold there? Or?
Honestly, I could have gotten to the end of the rainbow. But it was also crazy because I saw pictures from Citizens Bank Park. And I know this is just me sounding dumb, but whatever. But like, it is crazy.
Right.
People see the rainbow from all different angles. Like,
oh, God.
I'm just saying, because I'm looking at it straight, but people from Citizens Bank Park could also.
Isn't it crazy how you can see the sun from all these different places?
Well, that I get. That I understand. But a rainbow is like.
Isn't it crazy you can see a cloud from all these different
But
places?
again, a rainbow in theory has a start and an end point. I don't know. It's just wild. Rainbows are pretty crazy in general. Like, we just accept that they happen. Like, that's pretty wild.
I mean, there's that science is out there.
No, I know. But like, we're just like a huge colorful arc just appears in the sky, and we're like, oh yeah, there's a rainbow. Like, imagine the first person seeing a rainbow. You'd be like,
that's a good one.
That would be like, whoa,
like what is happening?
Now they probably didn't really know about like fantasy at that point, but I feel like if a rainbow happened for the first time yesterday and I saw it, I would be like, what video game am I in? Like, this is probably good. I feel like it probably wouldn't be a scary first thing to see.
This might be the best first 5 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah, like a tornado, I'd be like, this is bad. But I feel like the rainbow, I'd be like,
so here's the thing,
something magical.
I'm with you, but at the same time, like, I would love to see a tornado. Like, I wouldn't
from afar.
How cool.
But the point is, like, I think what did we talk about recently? The first person to see snow. I feel like we talked about something like this recently, and I feel like that initial reaction would be like, this is obviously bad. Like, but I think a rainbow, the reaction would be like, this is pretty, like, something good's about to happen.
That's beautiful. What a beautiful
thing.
Like,
honestly, not a leprechaun, but maybe something's about to appear, like some type of magical animal.
Well, look, the pot of gold came from somewhere as a. You don't hear people saying at the end of that tornado there should be a pot of gold.
Lucky Charms, also a good cereal, by the way.
Agree. Yeah. Very good cereal.
The non-marshmallows are only okay, but I think overall it's a great cereal.
Hold up.
Well, I'm saying that, like, that's
the best part of Lucky Charms. Otherwise,
the marshmallows are the best part.
Yes, the marshmallow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying the non-marshmallows.
They're not really like marshmallows. They're fine.
No.
I agree. Yeah. The marshmallows make.
I mean, they aren't really like marshmallows, but they are delicious.
I agree. They're magically delicious.
They are magically delicious. Cereal is definitely something I don't eat enough of. Like, it's just a lot. You have to buy milk.
So it's really funny that you say this because I've thought this many times. I love cereal every time.
I love it. I never eat it.
Every time I'm at it, I'm like, same until recently. Zoe loves cereal.
She's a big changer
super into it. She loves Cheerios. She loves Rice Krispies. She loves
now.
She loves it all. So like we have had cereal in the house a lot lately. So I've eaten more cereal, and let me tell you, what a delight.
Not super healthy for you, so I feel like it is.
I mean, you bet Tucker eats cereal. He drinks 10 gallons of milk a day.
No.
I mean,
yeah, you and the milk, man. It's like
I don't eat cereal.
Just straight milk.
Why don't you eat cereal? You already have milk in the house.
Because I don't like my food like soggy. Like, that's weird to me. So I don't eat cereal.
That's a fair point, but like it's really only soggy at the very end. Yeah,
and not just it's meant to be. Like that's the point of the food. Like I get it. Like I hate when a sandwich.
Although cereal is mostly
like
dry.
Soggy bread ruins a sandwich. It's like okay, you know what?
I
throw
agree.
it in the trash.
100%.
Like it's not even worth eating anymore. Soggy cereal. I mean, I agree. Once it gets to a point, like I will never let a bowl of cereal sit and come back to it or anything like that.
Oh yeah, that would be psychotic.
Right.
I'm a quick eater though.
Yeah, I am too, dude. I'm so fat. I'm always.
I believe that with you,
dude. I'm so. Emily and Zoe have probably never finished a meal before me. Like I will finish my meal. I'll go upstairs and like do something for 10 minutes. I'll come back and they're still eating. Like
that's
it's
crazy.
I can't believe you can out eat a 6-year-old.
I know.
Yeah.
Zoe's a pretty slow eater. She really takes her time.
Last thought, and then we will talk about football.
We will.
But like, I think one of the truest things in life is like, do you guys order special food when you're watching something? Like, it's like, you know, the show's on tonight. Let's get sushi.
Yeah,
or like,
I think everyone has something reasons. Like, we don't get to do that as much anymore because I don't watch stuff during the week anymore.
Right.
But yes, it'll be like Fridays.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
When I'm done work, we get lunch.
Yes.
Every week, always together. Yes, we have those special little.
That's
things.
not exactly the same.
But I get your point.
Well,
like,
the point I was gonna make is whenever I order food for a show or something, it's over. Like I'm done the food within 3 minutes of the
same
show.
Thing like a movie theater. You go to a movie, you sit there, you get your popcorn, you're done it before the movie starts.
Although popcorn servings are pretty big.
Yeah, it depends. I usually don't get the big ones, but yeah.
Although it's hard not to because they only charge like an extra like $2. It's like, why not? I guess when you're making money.
I don't need all that popcorn.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's when you're made of money. Exactly. Right. Maybe a quarter doesn't matter to you. A quarter matters to me.
Let's buy Tucker some
it's
cereal.
A quarter. Yeah, we won't eat it apparently.
Yeah, it's great. What's your favorite cereal?
He doesn't have
No, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Which is a
I think
great
that
cereal.
is
CT
probably
Crunch. Yeah.
that is probably the GOAT cereal. I mean, Cheerios is probably
Cheerios is Cheerios.
Yeah,
like
it's
but in terms of
it's like the George Washington.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. But in terms of like sugary cereals, I think you might be right. Lucky
Yeah.
Charms are very good.
Agreed.
Captain Crunch is very good.
Count Chocula.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Sure.
No, Cocoa Crisp.
They're both different things.
Yeah. So one of those. I like Cocoa Crisp.
Oh well,
Count
Chocula is the
Cocoa
character
Crisp
cereal.
Cocoa
Yes.
Crisp do get soggy very quickly. If you want to talk about a soggy.
So does Rice Krispies very good. They get soggy a little quickly.
Yes.
I agree with you. I agree with
Kicks
you.
also, I think.
I do
good.
think you're right. I think if I had to choose
I think
a
it's the
sugary
best
one,
one.
I
It's
think
also
Cinnamon
good
Toast
dry,
Crunch is the
like,
best.
just a
Yeah,
snack
it
one.
is.
You guys had
Take by you.
Kicks?
Yeah,
I love Kicks.
I like all. Again, that's the thing.
Special K with strawberries,
Sure.
very good.
That's the thing about cereal. They're all good.
Agreed.
Like I'll eat pretty much all of them. Raisin Bran, sure, why not? Like they're all good.
Yeah, I agree.
There we go. Okay.
Name the pod that.
The Eagles.
They're like draft picks. They're all good.
All right, let's talk some Howie. Howie spoke yesterday.
And Nick
and
was
Nick.
also up there.
Yeah, Nick did not speak.
I
as
got the
much.
first question at the end. And he was like, good question, Ellie. And I felt like he was mostly just being like,
Thanks for someone asking me.
Yes.
I
also get no idea what to say.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't his day. It was Howie's day.
Yeah.
We know that. Also, I think you made a great point. You were on the morning show either yesterday or the day before they
Tuesday,
spoke.
yeah.
And you were like, of all the press conferences that we go to all year, this is the most ridiculous one because this is the one where
silly.
they are most purposefully trying to deceive us and everyone else. But with that in mind,
Now-
big picture and then some specific stuff. But was there any overall kind of takeaways you had from the Howie?
Honestly, it's more like specific stuff.
Sure.
Like there wasn't an overarching thought. Like, I guess the first thing, it feels like the quote that's the most people have reacted to out of that is that there are not 32 first round grades in this draft.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's the one people are most worked up about. So first, I would say, like he said, there never is. So I don't think this is unique to this year. I don't think he's coming to the podium trying to be like, hey, we're not going to get a good player at 32. I don't think that's what he's saying. Also, the first round grade is objective, right? Like so.
There are teams that might have 40 first round
yes,
players.
and there are teams that might have 10. Like, and the guy that they might have a third round grade on right now might end up being a first round talent. So
might be the best player in the draft.
Yeah, so it's extremely subjective.
Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee you, the player they draft, they will say they have.
So that's what I was about to say.
They could draft their first.
That's
guy
why
at 40
I don't like that he said it because you're telling the person you draft in the first round that there's a decent chance that you didn't have a first round grade. No matter what you say publicly, you're going in saying, "Hey, there aren't 32." Like you're at least putting it out there that for the discussion to happen about this guy.
Right.
Oh well, they probably didn't have a first round grade on him. No, I don't care what they said. They told us.
Yeah, I guess that's
it's just
fair.
I just don't get it. Like what I don't understand is why. Like why would Howie I don't see the other than him just trying to cover his own ass and being like, hey, there's a decent chance whoever falls to us isn't a player.
I don't
What do you think because like Howie's very cagey. Like Howie is very good at making the leagues think one thing when he wants something another. Like what benefit was there to say that?
So I think he was just, so the question was, do you think he'll get a first round talent? And he was basically like, well, there's never a draft that has 32 first round grades. And then he added this one as well. So I think he was just being honest, like honestly, maybe too honest, like with just saying like, there's never 32 first round grades. And I mean, that's probably true. Now I would argue every player that gets selected in the first round is a first round grade because that is where they are selected.
Yeah.
Like I used to get in this debate about whether Rasul Douglas was actually a third round pick or not. Have I had this with you?
No.
So he
was a third round pick.
He was a compensatory pick though.
I think we've talked about
like he was drafted later than 96.
Yeah.
And so I get that he is labeled a third round pick.
I think it does,
but he was actually
a third round.
Yeah,
pick.
I think we label it that way out of
Well,
convenience. But he was not valued in a third round pick. Otherwise, he would have been a top 96 pick.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a semantics
but I think the
thing,
comp picks make the count as the round. So
yeah, that's how we label them.
So then there are more third round grades available that year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
More players were selected in the third round.
Not just that, then I think they count as third rounders. But I get your point.
Yeah. So I think and the reason I bring it up is I think it's a little like this. Like, yes, maybe they only have 22 players that are labeled as first round grades, but they are going to more than likely select the one at 32. And that player will thus be a first rounder. Like he will be held to the standard of a first round pick.
Exactly. Yes.
So I guess I get your point that why put it out in the world.
I don't see any upside. I don't see what's.
I think he's just being.
It feels like everything he says.
Maybe a rare moment of just honesty. I don't know.
I feel like we've had a few of those lately.
Well, we'll talk about
That's where, yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I agree. Maybe he's being too honest. I don't know. But I just For me, and you've probably seen a little more of the reaction than I have because you did
It
the
hasn't
morning
been
show.
crazy. It's not like it's been like, to your point, honestly, there was very little reaction to what they said across the
It was
board.
honestly, I was
like,
sitting
we talked about it. We did not get a single caller who called on their own
about something they said. Yeah. So I was obviously at the press conference.
I think a lot of people didn't even hear it, to be blatantly honest.
I only really tweeted, not that this is the end all be all, but I only tweeted like 2 things.
And usually you'll tweet a fair
normally,
amount,
especially
like
if we haven't
7,
heard
8,
about them
it
for a
is,
long time, heard from them in a long time. So now I think the thing about the picking 32 is it more likely they'll trade up or back based off that? I personally still think it's more likely they trade up.
I think so too. I think that comment makes it seem even more likely.
So some people thought that meant, well, you'll trade back because
it could.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It could mean either.
Yeah.
But I look at it as like, we're going to go up and get one of the guys we have a first round grade on.
Yeah. And he said,
now more likely to it.
So like last year, and he brought this up, I'm pretty sure, like Quinion, they didn't think would fall to 22.
Right.
So like,
which a lot of people didn't.
Yeah. Like Nolan Smith fell to what they drafted.
30.
31 or whatever. Yeah.
30 or 31.
Because there was a pick.
Because there was a pick missing. It was 30.
So, like now again, they can label these guys whatever they want. Like, but obviously I think Nolan Smith fell further than the general public thought. Quinion fell further than the general public thought. I actually think Tyler Warren's going to fall further than people.
Well, so you know how I feel.
I know you love him.
He's the only draft crush I have this year. Like, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I like Malachi Starks. If they draft him, we'll be super happy with that pick. Like that guy, even if they trade up.
I have a Malachi Starks thought.
Like there are guys, look, if they get any sort of lineman who, you know, I mean, a defensive lineman, I'm probably going to be pretty happy with based on what I've seen from the guys in this draft. My point is, like, the only guy who I look at right now where I'm like, I freaking love that guy is Tyler Warren.
Would
like,
you trade?
I freaking love that.
Would you trade your second round pick?
Yeah.
So you would trade 64 and 32 to go up and get him?
I think I would.
I don't think I would.
He fits a hole. He fits a need.
I just don't think the tight end position is important enough to invest 2 first.
Well, I don't. That's the thing about Tyler Warren is I don't look at him as a tight end. I look at him as a football player. But that guy does so many different things. Like he's not a tight end in that Penn State offense. He was a weapon.
Right. And he can do downfield stuff.
He stuff out the backfield. He did stuff downfield. He just like that's the reason I like Tyler Warren is because I don't think he's just a tight end. He can block. I think he is a weapon.
So I think he could be what Brock Bowers was.
Yeah, I think he's like a new football kind, like your positionless football type of player, you know?
So my only thing with him is I just like if everyone's healthy, I don't think he's impactful enough. Like now he is in the way that he's a great player and people have to think about him and defenses have to think about him. And if you have to throw him the ball, it's a positive. But like we've seen,
he's like Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers had 100 catches.
Well, on a bad team. I just mean, I think Tyler Warren will be a very productive, great NFL player. I just think on the Eagles, like Drew from Westchester put out, and he brought it up on the radio.
Well, so I think he becomes their third. I think he leaps over. I mean, he'd be what Goddard was from an option perspective.
Goddard was basically.
But I think they use him more. He could do so much more offensively than Goddard could.
But you're taking touches away from AJ. Maybe
I
not
think Tyler Warren's that good. Yeah.
Yeah. But look, maybe it's a positive. Like Saquon doesn't touch as much. AJ,
exactly. I think you need to spread the ball around more. I think you can't just have a 3-person offense.
I think if you're AJ and Devontae, you're probably like, all right, we're only going to throw it, 20 times a game, and now 4
I think they're going to throw.
I think they'll throw it a little more. But I wouldn't give up the 64th pick in addition, just because I would do it. I give up 64 and 32 if you're going up for
edge rusher. I would do that too. I would do that too.
I have a quick side Malachi Starks thought for you.
All right, save the Malachi Starks thought for 1 second because Mike Quick, Seth Joyner, Jody Mack, Mark Zumoff, Rob Ellis, Joe Conklin, and us, Elliot Tropark, James Seltzer. We are the Bet Parks lineup, reminding that even if your team doesn't score, ours did. There's always another way you can win on all kinds of sports action. Obviously, basketball playoffs coming up. We're going to talk about that in the Bet Parks Picks Pod. Leads on and off the board,
Dude, I know you guys aren't as into the odds, but like it makes no sense to me. I'm pretty good at reading odds now. And do you guys agree from me when you quickly
It's a weird one.
It's weird, right?
It is odd.
It's
I see what you did there.
Nicely done.
It was really good.
Big few days.
He's a wordsmith.
Big few days coming.
Yeah, so you can bet on soccer, you can bet on baseball, you can bet on all this stuff. It is awesome. Plus, in addition to that, with the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app, the only app that we use and recommend, you got a casino right in the palm of your hands.
Right there.
Here we go. You got blackjack, craps, roulette.
Baccarat.
And it's the Beatles. I just got to know
Baccarat.
Oh. Is it Hey Jude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicely done. And I didn't even do the chorus.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if you had done the Baccarat.
Great song.
It's a great song.
One of their few hits.
Baccarat. I mean, your brother is named after
I know he is. Yeah.
Beautiful. In addition, you got hot online slot games like Breaking Bad, Squid Game, Peaky Blinders, Ted, based on your favorite movies and streaming shows. And listen to this, for new users, it's a great deal. You download the Bet Park Casino and Sportsbook app. Bam! Up to $1,000 in casino. You like that bam there?
That was a good one.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I could go boom like that.
We should have, when the person won the whatever they
Yeah,
won.
the jackpot.
Yeah. Last time we did Go Birds Radio. Yeah, but bam.
Bam! You win a freaking jackpot. $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Casino bonus must be wagered. TBetParks.com for the details. Must be 21 Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland.
Wow, that was super quick.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER. I was trying to go for my fast guy, but
I mean, it really was.
Does anyone remember Micro Machines? If we talked about
Well,
this, do you remember the Micro Machines guy? The commercials where he'd be like that,
like a auction guy.
Yeah, and exactly.
Well, I think.
Do you remember the Micro? You're probably too young.
I don't remember this either.
Oh, all right. Look,
I remember a fast voice guy.
That's what he did. He did, but it was the Micro Machines commercials, and he would do like, hello.
It had to be tough for him when they just figured out you could speed things up.
It was tough.
A rough career moment.
I don't think they figured it out. Technology did it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is a behind the scenes, like inside dugout baseball thing. Like working at a radio station. It is like I knew, but I never fully processed that they just completely sped it up. Like someone read it and then you just speed.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Can I ask you a question now? Because we were talking about wind.
Yes.
Before. And how
okay, I was like, where are you?
And how well they're built. And this is important because it's spring. We're going from hot to cold. It's cold one day. It's hot one day. Imagine a more comfortable and energy efficient home this spring. April is the perfect time to replace those outdated windows. And guess what? You know what I'm going to say. Our friends at Window Nation have a special offer for you in April. As always.
They always, literally every month.
That's what they do. They should call themselves Special Offer Window Nation.
That'd be quite the name.
Quite the name.
It reminds me a little
off
bit
the tongue as well as Window Nation.
But it reminds me of like when restaurants will call themselves like, our world famous crab cake.
Oh, totally.
It's not world famous.
Not world famous.
I don't know what to tell you.
No one's ever heard of it.
I'm looking at the place. This is not world famous. Upgrade your home this April with Window Nation's incredible buy 4 get 4 free sale happening now through April 30th. So you only have about 2 more weeks to take advantage of this. Plus, and this is truly, I think, the part they should advertise more, a free entry door whenever you purchase windows for your entire house.
It's the face
you don't
of
even
the
have
home.
to do it. Like
it's
just
the first thing people see. You come in, it's like, boom, this is the house that I'm going. It's so important.
First impressions.
Yeah, exactly. And it's free. And Window Nation always provides great financing options. Right now, listen to this. I know it's hard to believe. You get 0% financing and 0 down, no monthly payments until 2027. I mean,
the amount of stuff I'd buy.
Think about all the money you save. It's crazy.
Window Nation partners with top window manufacturers in the nation to build windows to their high quality specs. Then they pass the savings on to you. You'll protect your home with some of the best windows you can buy at a fraction of the price of those other brands.
So the sale ends April 30th. It's April 16th. That means you have less than half the month. We're already more than halfway through the month. How about that? Half the month.
Are there 30 days in?
Yeah, 30 days has September, April,
June,
June, and November. Yeah.
All
Did we go through this last
time?
Yeah. April 30th, the sale ends. Schedule your estimate.
So we are halfway through.
Yeah.
It'll be 32. Today's the 16th. Yeah, you're right. We're more than halfway through.
I know.
Confirming. You're correct. Today's the 16th.
I really appreciate you confirming that. So schedule your estimate right now at 866-9Nation. That's 866-90Nation, or go to windownation.com today. All right, Malachi.
All right, so
great name. I know we talk about it every time, but
it's a star name.
Like you can just hear Mel Reese being Malachi Starks. It's just like it's boom.
So
boom.
There's a movie. I actually think it's called Star. But I think that maybe not.
Star?
Well, then the dad goes to the daughter like, I didn't name you Star for nothing because I'm so you know me. I'm super. That quote lives in my head. But like it does. I don't even know what movie it's from, but it's a great quote.
Tucker, can you find out what movie that's from?
I think it's about a girl that becomes famous. So like I think it might be named Star, but and if that's not the quote, don't tell me because I want to keep it in my head. But like so anyway, Malachi Stark, great name. Like great star name.
Star name.
So
Starks name.
Here's my Malachi.
The hate you give.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, you're right. That
one. Shine your light. I ain't named you Star by accident.
Yeah, I didn't name you Star by
I love how he's like, yeah.
That's it. That was it. Yeah.
Wait, so what is the name of the movie?
The Hate You Give.
I haven't seen the movie, but I have seen the commercial. I saw the commercial.
Oh my God, I love how you just quoted a movie. You said it was a line.
One of my favorite movies. Yeah, one of my favorite lines in a movie. Honestly, might be my favorite. But I have not seen the movie.
You are the worst and the best.
All right,
wrapped in the one.
So, you know me. Like when I get I find out something, I get like really into.
Oh,
right?
I know.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm super into this real athletic score now. Have you seen this?
What's this?
The RAS score?
No.
Do you know about this, Tucker? I feel like you would know about this.
Yeah, I've seen it on the.
Yeah.
like,
So
the draft.
basically, this
New
guy
draft
came
thing?
up with like a system where he gives, based off all of their athletic testing, they give him a score. So it's like 1 to
So
10.
it takes the combine and boils it to a number.
Correct. Essentially, yeah. And pro days and stuff like that. So if you're a 10, you're ultra athletic. If you're a 1, you're a terrible athlete. So it's super but it's crazy.
Has it played out? Like, does it jive? Like, the results?
Yeah,
match
but so like Saquon was a 9.9.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. I'm saying the results match with the.
Okay. So anyway, if you look at the Eagles' recent draft picks, so Anthony DeBone on Twitter highlighted this, so I want to give him credit. 17 of the last 21 Eagles draft picks have had a RAS score over 8.0. And every single pick they made last year besides Anaya Smith had a 9 or higher.
Wow.
So it is
this is something that the Eagles
they seem to value.
highly value. How? Yeah. So this is something that is just becoming popular for fans.
I think it's the last few years, but yeah.
But here's my question: is how long have teams been using it?
I don't know that.
We don't know. We don't know. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if it was something that.
And look, I don't think it's the end all be all, but 17 of 21 is a pretty, and everyone like
it matters.
Yeah, it seems not coincidental.
Valuable. Yeah.
And for what it's worth, it is pretty crazy. Anaya Smith was easily their worst draft pick, and he had the lowest.
Yeah,
score.
no, I'm sure that only would.
And it is crazy they took him. Looking,
it would only embolden them more to be like, look, we shouldn't go against the RAS score.
Right. So here's where I'm going with all this. Malachi Starks RAS score 5.2.
Oh no! So real quick, I was totally expecting that to go the other way.
No, me too.
Weren't you, Tucker? Were you expecting?
I was like 11.5.
He
broke the scale.
He broke the scale. I was expecting a he broke the scale comment.
Concerning, right?
Yes.
So, now here's the other interesting thing. Nick Emanworry from South Carolina, who's the other safety people think
which is such a bad name. Like, we could not have more
Emanworry. Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
you're
Nick's
right.
a fine name, but Emanworry.
Yeah. I mean,
Tucker, can you think of worse name than
Malachi Starks is such a great name.
That's the point. It's like we've got an A. Like, whatever the RAS score, the difference in the RAS scores is the difference in the name. Now, go ahead. I'm sure Emanworry was very high.
He's a 10. Yeah. And so there's 2 safeties projected to go in the first round. He's a 10. So, like, I don't know. Now it could be. So actually, interestingly enough, Jalen was over an 8.0, which maybe is not super surprising, but I think of him as more strong than like quick
athletic,
and agile.
sure.
Yeah. Now I think earlier in his career he probably was more of that, but regardless, like maybe they do the same.
And look, strength goes into your ability to do certain these things.
Yeah,
it's not just athletic.
And
agility.
I do think if there's 2 positions on the field where you would maybe give some athleticism for like smarts, I think it's safety and quarterback. So like there could be that.
That's why the fact that he's a 10.
Now he made it. He was one of their top.
So you don't have to even worry about his athleticism.
There you go. That could be the title.
Such a horrible name.
But now he made it into the building. Like he got a top 30 visit. He was one of their first.
So did Starks, right? They both did.
Starks did. I don't know if Emanworry.
Oh,
Starks.
Oh, you're saying Starks did. Okay, so
I don't know if
Emanworry not getting a top 30 visit.
Oh, he might have, and I don't know. But it's not been reported. There's 6 that we don't know. Maybe he's one of them. But regardless, I guess where I'm going with that is Starks was one of their first top 30 visits. So it's possible they know his athleticism. It's not like it's
they still brought him in.
And they still brought him in. So either A, like they really wanted to get to know him to see if it could overcome the athleticism, or they don't really care. So I don't know if they would take him, but that's
a red
eye-opener.
Not a red flag for him. I mean, it could be, but it's more red flag for the Eagles.
Yes, exactly.
I agree. Just to and then I want to get to anything else from Howie, and then I want to get to Jalen. Something really cool happened for Jalen. But the top 30 visit thing, which you've talked a lot about and say the numbers on it. Who was the last high pick who they didn't have a top 30? Was it Dillard? That's what I thought. So the point
I'm not sure about Rager. That was during COVID times. I forget.
So that's another. But either way, so the point is they've gone the last 4 drafts with all their big picks being like that. So if Emanworry does not come in, that is a red flag the other way.
I don't think they'll draft someone in the first round that didn't.
And they've 23 of the 30 have been.
Yeah. So let me pull up the list here. So I don't. We don't have all 30. So it's possible like the 6 we don't know are like
7.
I think it's 24. My apologies. But regardless, the number we don't know, it's possible that it's like all guys, that are first round picks. But
now, why don't we know those yet?
They're just not reported. Like people have to find them out.
Okay, so it's the agents or whatever.
Yeah, maybe
these
Eamon
guys
Warrior's
did
agent
That's
doesn't
what I'm
want
wondering.
to, or
That's
the
what I'm
Eagles, like regardless,
Yeah.
those are not out there. So the guys that are projected first round picks that have been to Philadelphia, Boston College edge Donovan Ezaraku was in there. Malachi Starks was in there. Maxwell Harrison, the cornerback out of Kentucky. I don't know if he's definitely a first round pick, but he's been in there. He's someone that I've seen in like the late 20s in some mock drafts. Who else on here is Marcus Mbo, the guard out of Purdue. It seems like he'll go before them, but he's been in there. I don't know if Elijah Roberts is still a first round projected guy, but he's been in there out of SMU. Nick Scourton, the Texas A&M edge. I think there's a good chance he could end up being the pick. It feels like he'll be there at 32. He's only 20. He's an edge rusher. He came into Philadelphia. So those are the guys as of now that we know.
All right. And we're going to get into some more specific player stuff on the Bet Parks Picks pod. In addition to basketball playoff stuff and all that. But let's get to anything else from Howie before we get to Jim.
Yeah, I mean, there's the we
got to get into that. Yeah, that was the other big thing.
Right.
So we talked on the last pod.
Recap for maybe people that don't know.
We had talked about on the last pod how he went on the Todd McShay Ringer podcast pod, and basically
that's a Ringer pod.
Yeah, Todd McShay's with the Ringer.
It's a good pod. There's been a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he's with the Ringer now. So shout out to my guy Bill.
I'm a big Bill Simmons.
I
used to love reading.
Oh, I love him.
He's
always been my favorite.
I don't know if he writes anymore.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
ever. But I used to love reading.
Yeah.
But so Howie had went on the Todd McShay podcast and said basically verbatim, like, if someone has a domestic violence of women against women against them, they're off our board. We will not draft them. Like, they are
not for us.
Not for us.
Want to watch them.
He got asked about it.
So he was asked about it yesterday. He made a joke about how like podcasts cut things, but like this clip was not cut. Mm-hmm. Like, it was very clear, but whatever. So he basically was like, I think it's fair to say he walked it back.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Like, he did say, everyone's innocent until proven guilty, innocent until proven guilty, which I agree with. I do agree with that assessment by him. But like, he also said,
case by case,
which I also like.
I'm fine with that. Again, this is what we're talking about with last pod. This is why you shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said it.
Like,
agreed.
Either say it and back it the hell up and back it up fully and strongly and be like, no, I said what I said.
Yeah, I agree. That was his chance.
That was his chance. And he got a lot of good publicity for it.
He
rightly
did,
so.
100%.
And, like, I saw a lot of people being like, be a Howie Roseman. My wife, Emily, showed me a TikTok video of two girls going through this whole thing about it, being like, be a Howie We need more Howie Rosemans in the world. And that's right. That's good. That is the response that you get. And then to walk it back, like, it takes away from it. Like, it makes it less, like, don't say it if you don't mean it. And that's what we were concerned about, because we knew that there are going to be situations that come along that are like this, where it's like, did he do it? Maybe he did it. It's who knows? Or we talked to him, but like, they're going to find ways around this. And it's going to look bad. Like, if they take Mike Green, like, whether or not, and again, there's not an indictment of Mike Green, because I don't know what he did.
He was not charged.
He was not charged. He was not.
Yeah, he was accused.
Exactly.
Correct.
So I don't know, but if they take him, like, it's gonna be a freaking thing because of that. Like, and it's just like, I have no problem with him saying in the first place, like I said, but if you're gonna say that, you gotta back it the hell up. Yeah. You can't walk it back. Like, that's weak.
So here's what I would say. I think that if you remove like the analysis part of whether he should have said it or not, because I agree, unless you're going to be like,
that's my
stand
point.
on it.
Like, he probably shouldn't have said it, but I'm happy he said it, because I think more people should do things like that and say things like that. Well, but the point was, you can only say that if you're going to freaking have the stones.
And he did get a lot of PR from it.
Yeah.
Now, I would say, like, all these Howie quotes aside, I think how the Eagles handle this is it's a case by case basis.
Yeah, and I think
that's how they should handle it.
I think they do a good job with this. Like,
I think it would be, I don't want to say the word silly, but it would be,
I think it'd be unfair to not handle on a case by case basis.
Correct.
I agree with that.
Like Mike Green, we don't know what happened.
Sometimes there are accusations that aren't real.
Yes.
Of course that stuff's happens. But also sometimes people don't get charged when they did do things. Like, there's a lot of gray in this stuff. I get that. But that's why, like, how he put himself out.
Well, the part of the quote too that I hope they live by. Well, sorry, I hope they don't live by this, which I found like a little off-putting, was when he did the whole, he did it 10 years ago, and maybe he.
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, like,
I hated it.
So
that was like basically undermine the whole thing he said before.
Yeah.
Like,
so
what are we talking about?
No. Where I'm going with this is like, the thing I like about doing it on a case by case basis. Let's remove the incident where, like, let's just talk about people that have off the field things that have happened and the Eagles' willingness to draft them. So remove the violence against women thing. Like, a DUI, like whatever you want to say, right? The Jalen Carter thing last year. I hope the Eagles leave some room in their evaluation for the idea that if someone makes a mistake when they're 18 years old, by the time they're 21, it's not still like
depending on what the mistake is.
Yes, of
some
course,
mistakes you make at 18, guess what? They should live
100%. But those are mistakes whether you're probably not drafting that person anyway. So
probably, but maybe not. I mean, we see a lot of players get drafted after beating up women or doing this or whatever. Like, I don't care if you're 18 or 21, you beat the crap out of a woman. That's not something like, oh, you're good now. Like 3 years later, you've grown. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not okay. I have a zero tolerance for that type. You know what I mean?
I agree with you on that. But only thing I'm saying is, like, I think the Eagles, ultimately how fans should view this, in my opinion, is I think the Eagles have a good moral compass. That's really the best way I can say it.
I agree with that. And so, I think Howie thinking that and saying it in the first place comes from a place of good. Like, I don't think Howie was saying it just to be like, this is going to be cool. People are going to love me for saying it. Like, I do think he said it and meant it when he said it. Like, I think there's it's from the heart. Like,
because I think there's probably some truth to it.
Because I think the Eagles care about that. So that's my point. I think it all came from a good place. I just think that when you walk it back, it like submarines the
and
good
also,
that it did.
Let's be honest. If one of their best players was involved,
they would
what
not
we said
release that
player.
Exactly.
So
would they? And he would like whoever it is, the quarterback.
Yeah, it's not even.
I don't even want. That's why I didn't want to say a name.
I just one of their
saying
best
like
players.
The quarterback of a team. Like no, they probably wouldn't, and that's a problem.
So I think and we'll use Mike Green here because he is the one that has the off the field accusation. Now, like if they draft him, we'll talk about it. Obviously, but like, I guess where I would land on it is, I think they have a good moral compass. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not willing to fudge things for great players. Of course they are.
They clearly have a good moral compass.
Yeah, I think so. If they draft Mike Green, there would be a part of my reaction would initially be, well, if Jeffrey Lurie, and frankly, Big Dom too, if both of them think that this person is a good enough person to bring in the building, I will fault on trusting them because they know more about it. They've talked to him. They've met him.
He's been in the
but also to your point, like if you're going to take somewhat of a stand,
they will get crushed publicly for it.
Yeah, well,
and they will have brought.
He got asked.
They will have brought that themselves.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they get crushed publicly.
I think if this draft, I don't know if down the road, but
I'm saying this draft, if they draft Mike Green, I'll just be curious.
I think they'll get. It might not be Eagles fan, like it might not just be Eagles fans, but I think there.
I think nationally there'll be a lot of like.
That's my point.
Putting the two.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not talking like I'm saying that this will be a story. If they take a guy with domestic violence accusations, even if they're not true, this draft after how he just said that, like it's gonna be a thing. It'll be all over social media. Like it'll be a thing.
I agree. So now Mike Green, as far as we know, has not been a top 30 visit.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, they know more about it than we do.
Exactly. But I just didn't love that he walked it back. Like again, we wondered why he said it out loud. When he said it out loud again, which I'm proud of that. And once he said it, like I just feel you got to stand by it. Like full-throated support of what you said.
And that was the same interview where he made the joke about how winning the Super Bowl the first time is like loose. Like he was just loose. He was like being Mr. Showman, Howie, I think, kind of.
Yeah.
And yesterday there was a tweet from the Honest NFL account, which I think is so true. Like Howie's attempt at being funny up at the podium
always
is just not good.
And like always are bad.
I've been around Howie off
no
the
one
podium.
likes it too. Like, it's like that's when fans get mad at him. Oh, jokey, Howie's bad.
And that's why I thought the podcast comment prior to the serious issue was a little like, why
weird.
are you? Yeah. But off the podium, like I've been around, like he can be funny. But on the podium, I think it just comes across as so like forced. Like when he did the thing yesterday with Nick, where he's like, "Oh, it's like during the season when I said, like just let Nick answer the question."
Yeah.
Man. Like, yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the Jalen thing before we get to final thoughts because this is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Time came out with their top 100 most influential people list in the world. Jalen Hurts is on it.
It's crazy.
First Eagle ever to be on this list. He's the only football player to be on the list this year.
Oh, is he? I didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's only
Travis Kelce.
There's only a few athletes on it. No, like LeBron's not on it.
Yeah.
Now LeBron's been on the list 4 times before and stuff like it. They change every year. Like we get it. Like LeBron probably more influential than Jalen, but I like what a year for Jalen. I do think that to this type of list, I do think that Jalen is deserving. Like I get it. He's probably not literally one of the 100 most influential people in the world, as Jody Cameron pointed out on the air. There are 9 countries that have nukes. Yeah, if you have a nuke.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way.
But that's not the point. I know, but whatever. If we're gonna be, literalists about this. But the point is, I think Jalen deserves to be in this type of discussion with the way he carries himself, the way he's going about his business, the all-female management team, the the things that he does for charity, the things that he's done for this city,
For Philly school.
being the only Jordan brand football player, like the face of Michael Jordan football, like winning the Super Bowl, winning all that he's gone through, his whole story to the benching at Alabama, to the whole thing, the Super Bowl. Like, it's just like, yeah, like hell yeah, he should be on.
I mean, I think we underestimate as a city how big Jalen is.
Dude, we have an all-time duty.
I mean, I tweeted this, and like I've had this discussion with people because I've been thinking about it over the last month. Like, I truly think he's the most influential athlete we've had in the city since Iverson. Like, Iverson had off the field things that weren't great. But just in terms of like how Iverson was perceived nationally and like his impact on the game.
Yeah.
Now, Jalen doesn't have that. Like, Jalen's not
he's not
changing the way people dress
and act.
But like Jalen is like really the simplest way. Like, he's so cool. Like, that's really what, like, he's the face of Jordan. He won the Super Bowl. He's the quarterback of the team. He clearly, like, I know he can be quiet and stuff, but he obviously from the outside just looks and acts like a cool person. Like, it's really long
handsome,
way to put it.
all
exactly.
Of it. Yeah. He is. Tucker looked at me weird. He's a super handsome guy. What are you talking about?
He's unbelievable.
You don't think he's like
No, I
super
do.
handsome?
It was funny the way you said it.
Yeah. I mean, I think he is like
part of the whole pack. He's like the whole package.
He's a poster child. Like if
Tucker looked at me weird.
Well, he's just going through like his accolades, and you're like, well, he's
he was
handsome.
talking about why he's
like
cool.
Like Iverson had the braids that were really cool. Like, Jalen has a look about him that is very cool. And also, I think if you're Jeffrey Lurie, like, this is why you pay Jalen all the money. Like, Jalen
and winning the Super Bowl.
No, I know, but I'm saying like part of paying a quarterback is how you represent the team off the field. And now look, Jalen can be annoying at times for sure. Like at the podium when he like takes unnecessary shots at Nick, when he doesn't answer things the way we want him to answer things. Like, I get all that. And I know that he doesn't have like the most explosive, laughable personality publicly. But like, the dude is obviously a superstar. And I mean, what other athletes would you even say since
Harper, what, like, because he was a superstar before he came here.
Harper's a superstar, but I don't think he's
as influential. That's the point. But he is. I mean, Bryce Harper was he was a mega when he came. He was a mega.
He was on the cover of Sportsradio.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like he has some of that, but it's just like he's not that type of person. Like, he doesn't try and well, I guess he is an influencer now. So I guess
well, I mean, as you know, I purchased all the.
I know. So for those who know, Elliot.
Yeah,
Elliot.
So
just so
it arrived yesterday.
Yeah, Elliot.
I've been using
Bryce did a skincare TikTok. I guess.
Get ready with me in the morning.
And Elliot.
I purchased all the items.
Elliot purchased all the items.
Yeah. So I'm excited to use them. They arrived. If it's good enough for Bryce, it's good enough for me. So I guess he's an influencer in that way. But the other cool thing that I thought about this Jalen thing quickly is his tribute was written by Derek Jeter,
which is neat, man.
And if you're Jalen, like, I think Jalen is definitely somebody that appreciates greatness. Like
clearly.
Like, and think about this. He had his introduction written by Derek Jeter, and he had dinner with Jordan. Yeah. That's pretty cool. And I thought this part by Derek Jeter was awesome. He said, no, I can't find. Okay. Derek Jeter and Jalen connected shortly after the Super Bowl, and the only thing he asked about was insight on going back and winning again.
All he cared about.
Says sometimes people win, then exhale. Jalen is not exhaling. I mean, that's like,
you're damn right, he's not, buddy.
And it's so funny. The last thing is how Jalen just flips from like, oh, he's not good enough, what a concern, to being like he's arguably he's going to be like a top 10 quarterback of all time. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
He's everything you could ask for in a quarterback.
I'm so happy.
Like,
I'm so happy. All right, let's get to final thoughts.
Okay. Sorry, I did not have it pulled up.
You go first?
No, I'll go first. I feel like we've decided.
Just what we do. Yeah, you did. I always ask, and you always said yes. Then it's just
Okay, I have a lot of ones I want to do, but I will go with this because Kristen thought this was so dumb. But all right, I'm gonna give everyone.
I love a good dumb one. So
yeah. I'm gonna give everyone.
Last time you said, "Are you worried about your house blowing up in the wind?"
Well, I do think my best one ever was Dumb Island.
Dumb Island.
That is like my money-making idea. But okay. So I'm going to give everybody a free viral tweet. I'm not going to tweet it, but if people tweet it, I think it will go viral. So if you want like free likes, I'm not going to do it. I don't need it. But for other people out there that might need it. Okay. Ready?
Need being the operative word here.
Here's the tweet. Word for word. Don't change anything. Say what you will about the downfalls of snacking, but it is awesome. I'm telling you right now, it'll go viral.
What? Why would that go viral?
Because snacking is awesome.
Yeah, but
And people talk about the downfall, like you shouldn't snack only after 9 o'clock. Like it is awesome. So say what you will. Say what you will about the downfalls of snacking. It's pretty awesome.
I think you mean downside.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Downside, I think,
downside.
yeah.
Well,
So don't treat it like that.
Downfall means like snacking is like
yeah, no
the
one's
fall,
snacking
like,
anymore. Like
yeah,
it
say
means
what you will about
snacking has
the-
gone away. It has hit a
Okay, you're
downfall.
right. So you can change that one. Say what
Okay.
you will about the downsides of snacking,
There you go.
but it is awesome.
So I totally agree with the sentiment. Like snacking rules. Like I'm all in. I just don't think that's a viral.
Well, here's why it will go viral because
Yeah.
everyone's going to agree with it,
But
and people are going to see it. And I think people
I don't
like
think
to
that's the way
snack.
it works.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think that's the way it works.
I think I'm pretty good at
Yeah,
getting.
I
things
can't
to
just
go.
tweet out like snacks are cool. Like you think that would go viral?
I think that would do well. I don't think it would go viral, but I think.
Tucker, do you think that would go viral? His tweet.
No, I still don't think it's like worded right.
Yeah.
Well, I
I still think like the sentence construction's terrible.
Well, hold on. So I did change from downside.
Remember when Elliot used to be a writer too?
Yeah. Say what you will about the downsides of snacking, but it is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
People agree with it.
All right. Here,
And people like to promote the fact that they
So-
like to snack.
you made a bold statement that I don't know if we agree with that would go viral. I'm gonna make a bold statement.
Is this your thought?
Yeah, it's my thought. I'm gonna make a bold statement that I think everyone has to agree with
Okay.
because it's inarguable. I think I know the most fun song to sing.
Okay.
Okay. I feel very strongly
All right.
because everyone knows it. So you all sing together but it is actually like fun to sing. It's not like a happy birthday.
Right.
Ready?
I know it.
In the jungle, the might. So you get to do the wee away.
So-
you got the whole weema wep, a weema wep, a weema wep. Who doesn't like doing all that
I
stuff?
wish we had video.
It's
Well, I guess
so
we don't.
great.
We do.
Yeah.
Wee,
Yeah.
away.
The most fun song.
The
So,
most fun song to sing.
I just think
In the village, the mighty
right, I'm gonna
village,
unfortunately
the
have to
lion
disagree with
sleeps tonight.
Peaceful village.
No, it isn't. Is it?
I thought it was the Mighty
I
Village.
think it's it's Mighty Jungle.
Yeah.
What did I
Peaceful
say? The
Village.
Mighty Village?
Yeah.
He's right.
Tucker
It is the Peaceful Village.
correcting everybody
correct.
over there.
See, he knows. It's so fun to sing. He knows it.
All
Oh,
right.
no. Woo! Like, that's the most fun
But,
thing
like,
there is.
So here's how I'm viewing.
A weema wep.
All right.
Weema wep, a weema wep, a weema wep, a
First of
weema
all,
wep,
like, all right.
a weema wep. Find me something more fun to sing.
I think Country Roads is a more fun song.
No, it's a much better song. It's not a more fun song to
I
sing.
think
It's
it-
just like a song to sing. It's just a song. Like, take me home.
Yeah,
country
but I
road,
think what you're
to the place I belong. Like, there's nothing special about the song. It's like, yes, everyone knows it. They're like, this is a song that has different things.
I
that
get
you
your
do.
I get the point.
You get to
yeah.
go high. You get to do the
Right.
Weema Weps. Like, it's not like just I'm singing words.
Right. I get your point about like there's different ways, but I think that if you put both songs on in a large crowd,
It's a better
yeah,
song.
No, but I think like with the issue with the song you're saying is I don't think people are
Again,
going to throw themselves into it the way they do a more simplistic song. So like when you're talking about
I didn't. Did I not? I didn't
did
say
you say
what
the best song to sing?
I did. Yes, I
Yeah.
didn't say what is the song that everyone's going to sing on. I said what's the most fun song to sing. It is the
So-
not the best. I said the most fun song to sing is that song.
So it's funny because this is reminding me of like the best movie, like most popular versus which the Academy
It's
picked.
the most fun for everyone to sing together.
But I just don't think the general population would agree with you on
I think so.
that. All right. I mean, it's
Tucker, would you like to chime in?
I think it's a fun song to sing because you
See?
don't have to be a good singer
Exactly.
to join in.
Yes, and you can do fun
so I
stuff.
actually firmly disagree. There's like, yeah, like you think people are singing that? Like
He's
that's
having
like,
the time of his life doing
He
it.
is.
But
like, I think
we don't
you're-
front of me over here.
I'm not
looking at you.
disputing it's not like a fun song, I guess, but I think
Okay, I'm right.
I just don't think people would sing to it the way you think.
As
but-
confident as you are about your tweet going viral, that's how confident
well, I
I
think
am.
that's
Exactly. I think this is
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
We
but-
found it.
so if someone tweets my
Oh, wait,
tweet,
but what-
maybe
oh,
I'll
wait, what-
retweet it to give it
I
give it some
mean,
juice.
Elliot does have like 1 million followers. on
Yeah,
Twitter,
so give it a little
yeah.
juice. But then we'll see if I'm right. Tucker, do you want to tweet it?
You want me to tweet it and see how it goes?
I just
You really want to find out, don't you?
yeah. No, maybe wait. Let's see if a listener does it.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Okay, if a listener, Elliot will retweet it.
Yeah, if you got to send me the tweet. Though.
Yeah, send the tweet. He'll retweet
Yeah.
it. I'll retweet it.
Yeah.
I'll
All right,
give
so
it
you got a little
I'll give it
juice
pump.
there.
A little pump there.
I think it's got viral potential.
I don't.
Okay.
We'll find out.
How
Even
many
with
views
our
do
help.
you think? Like
So
over.
I would
under?
consider 100K views viral.
I don't know the views yet. I haven't really paid attention. Like,
Yeah.
give me retweets or likes that I can get.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it depends. Like, I think 1,000 likes, you're
No,
pretty viral.
no. I think it's like 10,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think like truly viral is probably like 40.
You've got to be 5 digits in at least in the likes. You got to be over 1,000 retweets, probably higher, and over 10,000 for it to even be beginning. And that's not viral, really. I mean, viral's really like thousands.
You're talking about like massive.
So I think for it to be like viral, like at our level, like locally viral, whatever, I think it needs to have like around 1,000 plus retweets and 10,000 plus likes.
But to be fair, that level would be more viral than probably 99% of the tweets ever. Like, so,
but that's not a real viral tweet. A viral tweet is like, oh, did you see that tweet? Yeah, I saw that tweet. Like, that's viral.
Okay, that's fair. I think you're putting the ceiling a little higher.
You're overusing viral. You think it would be
you're talking about like mega.
You should say this would be a popular tweet.
Yeah. I
think it would do numbies.
It would do numbies. It will definitely do numbies.
I don't know.
That's indisputed.
I don't think it'll do big numbies.
Okay.
We'll find out.
We'll see if
someone better tweet this.
Actually, don't let us know if you tweet it, and we'll.
High five!
Yeah, we'll see if we find it.
Love
if it makes its way to our algorithm.
That is so great. Now our phones let us know, so it probably will. All right, you got anything else? We're out of here.
No.
Okay. Parks Big Spot coming later. Until then, he's out.